What's up, my Breje babes and my Breje bros? It is your girl, imanibreje, and we are back with another video. Hello, you guys. As you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about why I quit dancing for 2 years. So yeah. Yes, this is the same sort of from last week. Remember, I recorded this video back to back. Okay? So let's just honestly hop straight into it because I'm long-winded sometimes and I'm trying not to be. If you don't know, my name is imanibreje and I am a professional dancer. I have been dancing since I was in the 1st grade. I have an AA in dance and a BFA in dance as well. A BFA from the illustrious Howard University. You know. You know. Okay, stop. So I have honestly been dancing my entire life. It was something that I chose when I was younger. It was one of the many activities, sports, things of that nature that my family put me in to kind of like get me to do something after school while they was like still at work and stuff. So I did a plethora of things from dance, karate, I played soccer, I played softball, I played violin, the piano. Like I did anything that y'all ever seen on them like lists of after school program things. Me, baby, I did it. I did drill team, like I did everything under the sun, and dance was just something that my family says I've always chosen it, but I just say 1st grade because I feel like that's when I was able to be like, no, I want to dance. So I just say 1st grade to kind of put an actual number on it. I've been doing that my entire life. I've loved it my entire life. In 2014, unfortunately, I had my first dance-related injury, which I kind of talked about in the Q&A video, but it was in 2014. It was my senior year of high school. What was I doing? I did a jump, and landed on that right leg. It was like a caca. And I landed on my right leg and that thing said, wah, and went opposite ways. Tore my meniscus and sprained my ACL. During that time in 2014, the doctors were pretty much like, you can't dance no more, you're done. Because we fix your meniscus, but your ACL is still sprained. And we don't wanna like try to fix your ACL because if we fix it, then it's gonna lose a lot of, movement, a lot of motion, and then it's gonna hurt and blah, 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 blah. So they just left it as it was, told me and my dad like, dancing seems out of the picture, so find something else to do. That was my first introduction to true depression. Like, I was so depressed. I lost so much weight. I was like 99 pounds, 90 to 99 pounds. I was so thin. My face was breaking out really badly during that time just due to like, honestly, depression, probably the medicine I was taking, and just everything, like not really taking care of myself fully. So I was very depressed during that time. My dad convinced me to apply for Cerritos College, and I ended up going there. And I think my 1st or 2nd year in there, because I ended up doing 3 years at community college, my second year there, I ended up healing because I was on crutches that whole 1st year. It was a tough recovery. I ended up healing and I was like, maybe I can take dance classes. And I took dance classes and bam, your girl was back. After that, of course, your girl ended up going to the illustrious Howard University. I was there for 2 years, just 2 years. I was a transfer, had great experiences. My last year, I got a job with a dance company out in DC. So all the while I was getting my degree, I was actually doing my job at the time. So that was really nice to be full-time dancing with the company and then also like full-time student. It was a lot to juggle, but it was fun. And then I also ended up getting a job too. It was like, I loved it. It was a lot, schedule was filled up to the T, but I loved it. Graduated May 2019, and I was still with that company that I was working with. So I was full-time with them, back with them again, and I was also working as a server. You know, your girl likes to get her money up. So life was good, money was good. You know, I was really living a good life out there. And then y'all all know 2020, what happened. So now we're getting into the why you stopped dancing. CCSM, the 4 reasons I stopped dancing. So the very first one COVID. 2020 hit, we was out in DC. I'm living my best life. You know, honestly, everybody in DC, in my opinion, felt like it was hitting on different coasts. East Coast, we were like, it ain't touching us. Y'all got that COVID stuff over there. So, you know, February, I'm in my new apartment having a good time. March kind of hits and they're like, ooh, COVID is like happening. And then next thing you know, COVID hit New York. And y'all know New York is a next door neighbor to us. Like, I used to take a bus ride to New York sometimes. So once COVID hit New York, DC was shut down. Every trip, every performance, everything that we had possibly had for the company that I was with, it was nipped in the bud. We stopped having rehearsals. Everything was virtual. We were doing like classes virtually and stuff like that, but it's just not the same. Like, as much as I love it and I appreciate it, it was not the same for me. And my serving job at the time, they were like part-time hours. Nobody really knew. Honestly, nobody really knew what was going on during that time. And when the option was posed to pretty much come back home, I'm like, okay, because, you know, finances might get tight, even though I was able to pay my bills at that time. When I came back home, in my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try out commercial dance. Honestly, I moved back to California in, when was it? August. I think it was the last day of July, so like July 30th or 31st, whatever that is. So the remainder of that year and a little bit into 2021, it was very hard for me to, honestly, depressed, laying in bed, just sad, crying, barely eating anything. Again, it had to do with the fact of moving from one coast to another coast, back to another coast. It had to do with the fact of, like, you know, being grown now. Like, you know, I left home kind of as a child, I would still say, like under my family's roof and stuff, and I came back as a whole different person. Like, I'm an adult now, so I want my own space and things of that nature, and just other personal things happening in my life. So yes, mentally I was in the gutter, physically I was in the gutter, personal life felt blah, dance life felt blah, career path felt blah, jobs, 9 to 5s felt horrible. So yeah, I was not one of the survivors of COVID during that time. Like, a lot of dancers were like, I'm gonna work harder on my craft at home, I'm gonna do this, do that. I unfortunately was not that person. And it breaks my heart to say that, but I wasn't that person. Like, that's my true reality. Like, COVID took a very big toll on me, on my mental health. And, you know, it was COVID on top of personal life stuff that just made everything 10 times worse for me. And back then I was a very pessimistic person. Like, I was not able to have the recovery time that I do have now. Thank you, Lord. So my recovery time back then was like weeks, months, maybe even a year or so, like, to fully get back to myself. So I was not able to encourage myself. I was not able to motivate myself. Like, when people tried to motivate me, it felt like you're criticizing me, you're judging me. Like, it just felt very nasty and negative. And that's because that's how I was feeling about myself on the inside. So I wasn't able to take any support externally. That was 2020 up until the beginning of 2021. So COVID was the first reason that I was just like, you know what, I'm down for the count, I'm not dancing. And then California being that second one. So, you know, that COVID time, it was really like a few months that I took off. And then in, like, I think mid 2021, yeah, like mid 2021 or something like that, I took some dance classes. The first class that I ended up taking was a heels class, and I really started loving heels. Yeah, so I was taking heels class back to back, hip hop classes back to back, all that good stuff. I ended up, you know, finding someone that I really loved training with, had a name in the game, worked for plenty of artists, and I loved his style because I was, you know, heels, you know, it's provocative. It keeps people going.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
It's
No,
disgusting.
that's enough!
But it also had technique involved in it, and I'm a technique girl through and through and through. So I started teaching some classes, and unfortunately this person did not like that, and they began to talk very negatively and nasty about me to the point where I was able to find out. And yeah, it just really kind of changed my outlook because I placed my artistry in their hands. Like, I trusted them with every bit of my artistry in that moment, and I took their classes faithfully. Yeah, it just really, it hurt me. And as I continue to maneuver around California, I just realized that it was very nasty environments to me. Like a lot of people that you would see on Instagram and stuff like that, dancing, you know, they have these big platforms or whatever the case it may be. And I, you know, come into this dance class, and before they even see you dance, they're automatically looking at you like, ugh. Or, you know, you say hi or like, excuse me, whatever. They're like, whatever. Like, it's a very nasty and negative energy until you dance. And now they're like, oh, hey, da-da-da-da. Or until you get a solo, they're like, hey, da-da. And I'm like, you literally just mad dogged me, rolled your eyes at me, like bumped me, like all these different things. It was no...
I'm finding it.
clicky and just, it was California, like it was Cali, it was LA, like that is LA for you. I guess I didn't find the right people. And granted, there are a few, like a handful of people that I was able to meet and genuinely have like a nice relationship with them to this day. Like we still communicate on social media and things of that nature. And on the other end of that, I just couldn't get away from the nasty end of things. And again, I was not who I am now. So being a person who like just came fresh out of a depression, just came fresh out of like different personal life things and whatever the case it may be, like being someone who is dancing again to get confidence back and just enjoy this again, it was very hard to do that. And I felt like I was paying for a lot and not receiving anything back when I was taking these classes. Like I'm paying $20, $25, $30 for these classes just for you to sit here and tell me how long your resume is. I don't know, people were flexing. Their resumes and their CVs and stuff more than they were flexing their talent, in my opinion. And some of them were very talented, but it's often hard to overlook when somebody's so nasty, you know? And then I would hop on social media, and social media was just like, like you always had to put out your best. And again, I'm not the same person, but I felt like you always had to put out your best. Like if I messed up in a combination or whatever the case it may be, like that was gonna be looked at more than anything in the world. I was just talking to my mom about this, like the young lady that was Usher's dancer and they fell on the stage and then everybody made up all these like accusations about her, and lo and behold, like she still danced with Usher. She just had the Super Bowl. Like it was just one of those things where people were gonna attach to the negative things of things. And again, I'm not the person that I am now. Now I'm like, look, y'all can say what y'all want. I put everything out there. I put the difficult, the hard, the mistakes, dance-wise, personality-wise, faith-wise. I put it all out there. So say what you want. I don't really care. I put it out there. I seen it. So you're welcome. I wasn't that person then. I took a lot of things too hard. And the way I grew up, I didn't put my dance stuff on the internet. Like the 2 videos that y'all see from, it said like my very, very first videos, those are 2 dance videos from when I was in high school. My dance teachers had to tell me and convince me to put those on the internet. But now before I even was on YouTube, they're like, put it on YouTube, just upload it. And I'm like, okay, but I never chose to put my craft on these platforms, specifically because I think subconsciously and now consciously, I know that this has always been personal to me. And it's like, who said that? Whoever said it. It's like, this is my craft. I'm sensitive about this stuff. This is my art, this is my craft, and this is my God-given gift. Like, I've worked at this my entire life. So for you to look at 1 second in a video and then demean everything that I've ever worked for, that used to hurt me deeply. Deeply. I felt like it discredited everything I possibly could do and did. So social media for me was just not the best. Like the videos that I did upload back then, it was like very like, okay, I'm posting it. Okay, like, all right, posted it. Like it was very shaky, even down to some of the videos that are still there. And they're like the most perfect videos to y'all. I'm like, dang it, I messed that up. Like, whatever the case it may be. But I just felt like I was fighting to be perfect. And I felt like social media was like brainwashing me in a way to feel that I had to be perfect in every way, shape, and form, from my body to what I presented on dance-wise, to my mental, to my like finances. Like I couldn't manage all of that between COVID, California / Los Angeles, social media, and then ultimately myself. I was not the person I am now, and I am not the person that I was then. My mom used to always tell me, like, you gotta have tough skin, you gotta have tough skin in this world, in this industry, like you're working in the entertainment industry. She would say that to me so much. Though I knew where she was coming from, it felt very negative and nasty to me. It felt like she was saying I was weak and I wouldn't be able to survive. Again, different mindset back then. But that is true in the sense that, it is true in the sense that,
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean? Like,
that is true. Like, you have to have tough skin and be strong-minded in the sense that it's derived from God. And I feel like that's the factor that I was missing. I felt like tough skin was not crying, never crying. Tough skin was acting like everything was okay. Tough skin was not communicating things to people because they could use it against you. Like, tough skin was icing people out. Tough skin was being by yourself. That was tough skin to me. When now, with the knowledge I know, tough skin is literally God's shield. It's literally God's covering for me. Like, it's me being able to say, hey, I'm putting this out there. Hey, I'm learning this. I'm training this. I placed this dance video out there. I placed this content out there. I placed my faith journey, this chit chat with y'all out there. And take it how you want it. You could give good feedback, bad feedback, no feedback, not like it, dislike it, hate it, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, God is going to protect me from anything that you try to throw at me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So though you're trying to throw daggers at me, I see the daggers coming at me. I read the comments. I see everything. Sometimes I might duck or whatever the case may be, and sometimes I might cry because I see it coming towards me. God is standing right in front of me. He's like my invisible shield, honestly, that he's like catching those daggers and like, okay. And I'm in there like, wait, no, it's gonna come in. He's like, it's gonna attack me. It's gonna overtake me. They're right that I don't dance good enough. I'm not good enough for myself. Oh, my journey with God is like off, or oh, nobody, like whatever it is. Nobody wants to see my content. Nobody's gonna subscribe to my channel. Whatever it is, I'm seeing the things still, and that's what may make me cry or whatever the case may be. But God is snatching them little arrows and throwing them down, breaking them. He like, okay. Or sometimes he just standing there looking at them fall before they even reach me. So now, knowing what I know now, that is the tough skin that I needed. I just really needed the armor of God. That's the tough skin. I needed the armor of my Lord and Savior this entire time, because I wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't be able to go through the things that I go through now. I wouldn't be able to look at my past the way I look at my past, and look at how I treated people and how people have treated me, and whatever the case it may be, and be like, dang, that was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen. Okay, dang, I messed up. God, please forgive me. I can't tell this person, but you know, God, please forgive me. Dang, they hurt me. They didn't even apologize. Oh well, God, please forgive them. Give them the right direction in their life. So I did stop dancing for those 2 years for those reasons. And even within that, God did convict me during that time of dancing in heels. It was very provocative, sexy. It was very raunchy. It was raunchy. And the videos are still there. I really want to take them down, but yeah, so God was doing a little bit of works in me in 2022. So that conviction kind of like came over me, where it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that no more. Go back to your roots. And I'm like, what? So I straight away, instead of looking for places that I can go back to my roots of ballet, jazz, modern, contemporary modern, Graham, Horton, Limon, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much why I stopped dancing for 2 years. You know, people gonna do what they do. People gonna be mean. People gonna be rude. People gonna try to prey on your downfall. People gonna try to put your name negatively in the industry and things of that nature. Like, it just, people gonna do what they do. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep doing what you need to do. You need to get up. If God has gifted you with something, know that you are doing that for God. Know that God gets the glory in that. So forget them other people, honestly. Like I said, your girl is back at it. It really hit different dancing for God to like the R&B, the Janae Aiko's of faith-based music. Like I just, ooh. So I'm just really trying to figure it out again. So I really do love dancing, and that is my first love. That is my first, in my opinion, God granted gift. Like that is a blessing for me to constantly just be able to give back to him. So yes, there are some things that I want to do in the dance world, stir it up a little bit, some doors I want to create. Hercules. I just want to say, whatever it is that God is asking you to get back on it. Whether it's a career, a community, a business, an art, a craft, dance, acting, rug making, pottery, musical, whatever it is, if it's entertainment wise, corporate wise, whatever it is, get back in that rink. And what's even better now is you are not in the rink by yourself like you thought you were. You are now fully aware that you are in the rink with the Most High God. Imagine that. Imagine that. You are in the rink with Elohim. Like, you in the rink with that guy. Just remember that. So no matter what the world may try to throw at you, no matter what you may try to throw at yourself, because oftentimes we'll put the icing on the cake to somebody's nasty, mean, malicious comments and acts towards us. We'll put the cherry on top to that. So don't give them more. Don't give them more. God is in the neighborhood, so let's get to it, y'all. Stay locked in. That is all I have to say, babies. If you are new to my channel, as always, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below. If you made it to the end of this video, you should really subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Love you. Mwah. Bye. Give me beso. Mwah. Extendo. Gra. I carry praises like I guess I can carry praises like I'm prego. I carry praises like I'm prego. I'm carrying blessings like I'm prego. I promise y'all I have not listened to any secular music. Like, any. Okay, besides the Super Bowl. All right, bye.